Hey now.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Cross Country TV. This is Late Night Green interview edition. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you, Phil. It's always a pleasure to be here.
How was your news tonight?
News was great.
Yeah?
News was great. Yeah. I told you earlier in the week the guys in the newsroom were down to a skeleton staff, but wow, they really pulled through tonight,
Yeah.
and it came off.
What
nice.
about you, man? Did you pull through?
I pulled through. It was hot in the studio.
It's hot now.
It's
It's given a new meaning to hot box, isn't it?
the news studio is much hotter, though. Because we got a lot more people. It's a lot more bustle and activity.
Right.
But it was very hot there. But fortunately, the bus ride back over to the studio here was nice.
Bill, you're so full of shit. It's not even funny. Enough of that. Bill had the good news, guys. Go over to Cough Country News. Check him out. He did a broadcast tonight, and I got to tell you,
it was good news, though.
It was good news. Versus what? Bad news?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, we could not have a better interview for you guys tonight. And when I say better interview, one of the things you've heard me say before is that I talk about the people in this industry and how damn good these people are,
Cool people.
how pleasant they are to work with and collaborate with.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing thing. And so I very much enjoy meeting great people. And tonight, I have the fortunate opportunity of having someone back that we met during the Cannabis
Cup?
Yeah, the New Jersey Cannabis Cup recap event. And so, guys, I am more than pleased and more than happy to welcome our guest tonight. We've got Chris and Mike from the Growfather. Welcome to the show, boys. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Good, thanks for having us.
Yeah, we were waiting for this one. We were waiting for that. And the Todd father is not happy about not being here tonight because he is a huge fan, as you well know, because you've had that conversation with him.
Granddaddy Perp guy.
Oh my goodness, he a Granddaddy Perp guy, and Jeff in the control room is a Granddaddy Perp guy as well, and I like it myself. Damn straight. There you go. So guys, welcome to the show. We couldn't be happier that you're here. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to take a step behind the curtain. I want to give everybody an opportunity to know you guys and the company from maybe a different perspective. One that, I mean, they love the product. They see you guys on social. That may be great, but they may not know the deeper backstory to what you guys do, how you do it. The people, the story behind the people. And so tonight, what I'd like to do is just kind of flow through, kind of your world and kind of figure out like where you guys came from, how did you get into this space, where did the Growfather, how did that even come to be, and some of the things that it took to make that a reality, the one that we're sitting here looking at tonight. So guys, why don't we just start off like welcome to the show. Introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are and what you do, and then we'll just dig in, man.
Sure. So my name is Chris. I'm the co-founder and COO of Little Leaf Labs, which manufactures the Growfather. I guess my start in cannabis actually is kind of a unique start. I was managing hotels in California. I had a friend who came over from Kansas. A lot of people moved to California, especially at this time before COVID. And so he was moving from Kansas to start his own pot farm, and he was crowdfunding for investors for an illegal, off book, pot farm in California. And so I invested some money with him. He wasn't really that successful, but by traditional business, metrics, he was. I made double my money. So, once that happened and I was involved in the process of the curing process and stuff like that, I actually quit my job, took that money and some more, and invested in greenhouses and just the story.
You stayed in Cali at that point?
Yeah, I was in Cali for 13 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Building
Southern
the
Cali.
business.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So when you did that, what did things look like after you went ahead and moved forward with that project?
I evolved into something even larger. At my peak, I was at 30 greenhouses, 3,500 plants twice a year.
Wow.
And then then I also had some manufacturing as well. So I was, doing some vapes and pre-rolls and at the end gummies.
Outstanding.
And that's how I ran into Mike. I was moving a lot of weed to the East Coast at the time, and one of my I'll call them brand ambassadors
I like that.
in Harlem, actually, not too far from from the fellow I just met from Harlem.
The reporter.
The Harlem Reporter.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you guys will see him tonight.
Yeah. So I was on in Harlem, and we were doing an event at the Showboat, and it turns out that that's a friend of Michael's, so the whole Growfather team now was there. And then Michael actually came out to visit me in California. He had his own legal operation out there. He was doing some other things that he can tell you about in California. And they came to my farm, and it was the end of my tenure. They were really cracking down with raids, and I had a young baby, and I didn't want to get in any trouble.
No.
So Michael was developing his own license in New Jersey, and he invited me to invest in it. So I moved out here with my family, originally from New York, so it wasn't that big of a lift for me.
Wait, excuse me. You can't skirt over your farm. Explain your farm. What was your farm?
My farm was.
Thank you, Mike.
It was.
I would not have known. I would have not known to stop him and.
I saw it. I was there. It's amazing.
I could send you pictures for reference, but my farm was in between Yucca Valley and Victorville, in a place called Johnson Valley. It's also at the bottom of Big Bear, which is a ski mountain in Southern California.
Okay.
But it's definitely
That I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Desert, complete desert, middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So this is a place where you walk around with a sub 45 compact on your waist. You have like these big gates so nobody can get in.
Wow.
And there was cartels and the triads next to me, and they had like fortified grows and stuff like that. So what I did was I actually bought or rented a water truck, and I was delivering water to all these farms around me, so I can actually buy their material.
Good
and sell
neighbor.
it.
Yeah, right?
They were selling it for so cheap at the time. It was like $300
really
a
good
pound,
neighbor.
and they were paying like 4 times that here. So it was a really good business and opportunity. Short-lived, but really good business, especially with those COVID checks. I mean, everybody was just spending all their money on it. So, as I mentioned, there was no water, no electric, so we had generators. I was going through 35 5-gallon jugs of gas a day. At one point, it was $6 a gallon.
Fuck.
So-
This is California.
And that's
Exactly.
And this is
and
not
in the
Jersey
desert.
and shit.
And in the desert, everything is more money.
So how
in
did
the
you
desert.
get water?
Water truck?
No, well, but you could drive far in the desert for water. But
You can't drill for a well, can you?
no, they had a well in the desert at the bottom of Big Bear from all the water runoff.
yeah,
So it was a
okay.
very, very deep well. Later on, they shut down that well, so because it was funding all this black market operation.
Sure.
Yeah, interesting times.
Interesting.
Very, very.
Wow. If you have any pictures and you want to shoot them over to the control room, we'll throw them up.
Sure. I definitely do.
You could do that now.
Yeah, Bill, write down the. Maybe you can just scribble down the email address to the control room.
Nice.
Mike, introduce yourself, man.
Hi, I'm Michael. Again, one of the co-founders of Little Leaf Labs, along with our partner Bronny, who's in the other room with us.
Shout out to Bronny.
Yeah. Bronny's new grandmother about 4 hours ago.
I heard that, and she got the.
That's her first, right?
Yeah, her first.
Yeah,
ever,
so she got the big old congratulations from me, but that probably didn't do it enough justice. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
Really is. God bless you.
And her smile was from ear to ear.
Mom and Dad are doing great too. Thank you.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Good.
Everything is awesome. That's awesome. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
So give us a little history. Give us
Yeah,
a little
the
background.
way
Where the heck did you come from? You grew up in Philly. You're a Philly boy.
South Philly, born and raised.
Right on.
Backed into this industry, I was working out in California with a Native American tribe on something completely different, logistics. And this was back in 2015 when the Department of Justice released the Coles Memorandum, which said that they weren't going to enforce the federal laws back then.
Right.
And the tribe I was working with was interested in getting involved in the cannabis business.
So you were still living here,
I was living here, but I was
and you were
working-
traveling.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
On Palm Springs.
Gotcha.
Exactly. And the tribe reached out to me and asked me if I was, familiar with what was going on. I told them I wasn't. However, because of my government legislative background, I told them I suggested they were looking to do something. They should write their own compact, their own regulations, their own
Because they
rules.
could.
Because they could. Exactly. They did it. They had done it with casinos. They were doing the same thing with weed.
So did you know to do this because of what was going on with the casinos?
I kind of knew it because of my background. My background is
Gotcha.
government, so I kind
Gotcha.
of figured if they were going to try to exercise their sovereign rights as a state would do,
Yep.
same approach a state had to do,
Exactly.
and that's what we did.
Process is process.
Correct. And that's how I backed into this. They ultimately didn't do it, but I got really bitten by the bug, enjoyed it, invested with another group out there. It was a bad deal. But when it became legal back in the East Coast, I figured why not get licensed here? So I met Chris out in California. It was perfect meeting. The stars aligned, and we came back together and started living.
And like Chris said, this is all during like shit happening during COVID and whatnot.
Well, that was my tenure in the legacy market, and then it was post-COVID where Michael and I linked up.
Gotcha.
Probably around 2021.
Yeah,
on the ass end of it. Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
And what happened was, so
was that a project thing that you did with the reservation? Like
Yes.
there was a beginning and an end to that.
Correct,
Yeah,
exactly.
Gotcha.
And then when it got being born and raised in South Philly, my boyhood friend is George Martirano, who is the inspiration for the Growfather. George he was a big time smuggler. He got sentenced life without parole. Did 32 years, 5 years in solitary confinement for weed. First time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, first time nonviolent offender.
Yeah.
Conspiracy. They caught him with nothing. Did 32 years. So I figured, why not? When he got licensed, he was the inspiration for the brand, and that's where Chris and I started to market and develop the brand.
Wow.
Yeah, and Chris did all the formulations. Chris did all the product development.
So the terminology Growfather was that exceeded the project itself.
Prior to the project itself, exactly.
And how did that? Give us a little bit on that one.
Our partner in the Growfather brand itself, he literally had a dream. He was dreaming one night, and he woke up and he said, "George, I had a dream that all these people were around you saying the Growfather, and that's how it came about."
Wow,
it's amazing.
Great.
And how long before it actually became like that seed that got planted in your head?
Probably 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, not exactly, because George had the first smoke lounge in Philadelphia. It was a CBD
lounge. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And and the cool part about that is it goes back in his family to the Prohibition era. He used to have literally a tunnel in there that they used to smuggle alcohol.
Can I ask where it was?
Full circle.
Where-
Yeah, it was called the Hip Hemp Cafe. It was on South and
Just
Seventh.
off of South Street.
So the family maintained this property all like even from the Prohibition era
Oh, yeah.
to,
It was
to
George's.
now.
It was George's building originally. So
Okay.
yes, they had it through most of his imprisonment, and then George came home and he went back to that same building and opened a
Wow,
CBD store.
that's fucking cool.
I've been in one or two speakeasies in Philly.
Yeah,
Our-
Philly's got a ton of speakeasies.
Our community in Philadelphia, where George and I are from, that's where when our people came over from Italy, that's where they landed. My family got there 1892, before Ellis Island was even open. So George's family was the same way. So we were in that area, had some deep roots.
Very deep
Walk up the
roots.
block with Michael F. or George, and you can't get to the end of the corner. I mean, everybody.
I want to do that with
so
you.
cool.
Okay, I want to do that with you.
Do it.
Yeah, because I walk through South Philly and no one's stopping me anywhere. But I want to walk with
I
Mike.
walk through Northeast Philly and people yell at me.
Yeah.
Don't yell to me, but
What do they
at
yell?
me.
No
What
sticks.
the hell are you doing back in the neighborhood? We threw you out. You know,
I
that
thought
kind
they
of
yelled like no sticks, no seeds, just news.
thing. No, they throw sticks and seeds at
Oh,
me.
well, they throw all their sticks and seeds
Right.
at you. Cool. So when you guys got together, what was the vision? Like you guys, it doesn't just happen. Like you guys talked. Share some of what you guys shared and what you guys were looking from this brand.
But it sounds a little hokey, but
Nothing's hokey.
When Chris and I met out in California, Chris was there meeting other people. We just hit it off. I mean, we just hit it off, and we formed a quick bond. And we decided to become friends, and we became friends. And then I told him what we were doing back here, and with his legacy background, it was a perfect match.
And so your missions aligned, right?
Correct.
And
Yeah.
what was that mission? Is it obviously you guys have some amazing award-winning products. Was it to create award-winning product? Was it? Tell me
No.
what it was.
Actually, it's interesting because we had somebody else who was supposed to run our operations. So Michael and I were just investors in the project originally.
Okay.
However, that company didn't rise to the occasion, to say the least, and there wasn't much direction from the beginning. With Michael's assistance, I stepped in to do all, like operations. So like manufacturing, managing the people, sales, distribution, everything from seed all the way through sale.
It sounds like you had experience with all that already. Is that true?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Because, like going from the legacy market to the legal market is not as simple as people may think.
It's not like flipping a switch.
No, definitely.
Signing the paper and
No.
just keep doing what you're doing. No, not at all.
No. So from the
the opposite of that.
So from legacy, it's very much like a bulk input market. So it's all about your price. In the legal market, it's way more than just price. It's about your service to the dispensary. It's about your direct to consumer impact. It's about In a juvenile market, it's about THC. There's a lot of things that go into it. And then not only that, Michael used to say it all the time, and I made a lot of money in the legacy days, to say the least. And it's really easy to make money, but it's really, really hard to run a business.
Sure.
So in legacy, you weren't focused so much on the quality as much as you were as just dialing in the right price, or quality was still.
So quality for me was always very, very important because I was doing like $150,000 plus purchases in some cases, and my return on that would be $30,000 plus dollars, right? So when you're trying to select proper material for a buyer like that, you can't mess up because then you're not going to get the purchase
Repeat
next
business.
time. So it's not exactly about quality; it's about price and expectations and being clear on that. But you don't have that same opportunity in the legal market. It's because you're making an impression with every single purchase. So there's no margin of error. You have to put your name behind your product. So you have to be really, really, really wildly consistent in order to have the success that we have and been treated with.
It wasn't easy, but Chris learned as he went along. But he was able to make a very smooth transition from the legacy to legal, and it was to our benefit.
I can only imagine the obstacles. I mean, it's like switching gears like completely. It's like riding in first versus sixth gear. You completely have to rework the circuits inside of you. Like, okay, now I have to do things this way. I did it for this many years, and now we're switching gears. How many? Well, tell us about like how many different products do you guys have? You're in how many dispensaries? Give me some stats.
We're in 98 dispensaries consistent that order, at least every 6 weeks from us, and then we have another like 20 that swing in and out. That's kind of our target right now.
Okay.
Because we sit in like the top of the market as far as pricing and quality. So that limits us to only the top dispensaries, and then also not only that, but in certain cases, depending on like the socioeconomic structure and regions, we can only go in one dispensary instead of two dispensaries because it would cannibalize our product.
Yep.
So now actually, aside from the Octane brand, which is going to be even more premium, we are coming out with a value line called Sugar High. So we can have like MSO pricing on the same kind of quality inputs with cheaper packaging and more efficient purchasing.
Yeah.
So tell me about Octane. I see it on the table here.
Yeah, this is exciting. I want to see this.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Mike, why don't you tell the story?
Twin
about
turbo, baby.
The inspiration for Octane brand is Randy Lanier. Randy's another neat story, legacy guy. Randy and George served time together in some of the federal prisons. Randy was a big-time smuggler back in the 80s, also sentenced to a life without parole, did 28 years.
Wow.
But Randy is a real interesting story beside the smuggling side of it. Randy liked to race drive. He was a race car driver. And his dream always was to run the Indy 500. So ultimately, he did run the Indy 500.
Awesome.
Got Rookie of the Year.
That's amazing.
With no sponsorship. He was financing his own team. Caught a lot of people's attention about that and wound up getting life without parole. Did 28 years, got out. His heart's in the right place. He started Freedom Grow.
That's wild to get caught by the fact that you just didn't have a sponsor and people are going, wait, where'd your money come from,
Exactly.
bro?
Should have just like wrote a sponsor name on the side, like something fake or whatever.
Yeah.
Eat at Joe's.
Bill's Pancake House.
Bill's Pancake.
In fact,
There's a Bill's
there's
Pancake.
a documentary on Randy's.
That's Uncle Bill's Pancake House.
Randy's life story on Netflix. It's a series called Bad Sports, and his episode is Need for Weed. Check it out on Netflix. It's a documentary from Randy Lanier.
Shout out. Yeah, Need for Weed. Check out Randy's story. I'm going to.
Yeah.
I've already got it queued up on
And
my phone.
just-
You do?
Yeah.
For any racing fans out there, not only did Randy win the Indy 500 Rookie of the Year, which is a huge accomplishment.
What year was it? Do you remember?
88. Don't
88?
kill me, Randy, if I'm wrong, but I know
Somewhere in the 80s.
I know for a fact in '86 that he won the IMSA, which is the equivalent to the NASCAR. So to do both those things and to fully fund both by yourself is just
Wild.
and Ford Motor Credit and Porsche, he beat them.
And what? And then you're talking two different types of racing too. It's not
sure.
even the same type
Exactly.
of racing.
not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah, two totally different vehicles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Randy's based out of Florida, but he'll be spending a lot of time in Jersey with us. If you guys are interested, we'll stop him by.
We would love that.
Yeah,
We would love that. So this is inspired by Randy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when we say this is your premium offering, tell me about that. Like, what's that mean?
So I mean, it sits in the same class as Growfather.
And can we can maybe light one up while we're
absolutely.
talking about
Yeah,
it.
here, this one.
Cool.
So with Randy's product, it's the same level of quality as far as price and stature in the state. However, it's for more of an advanced smoker. So it's our hash infused pre-roll, and it's the same formulation as our Growfather, which is going to burn a lot smoother and evener than most people's hash holes because they use injectors, and we don't use any injectors. We have a proprietary formula. Excuse me, sorry guys.
That's okay.
That's going to burn slow, smooth, and even. On the injections, the hash burns at a hotter temperature, so you're going to have canoeing and uneven burns and pulls.
Sure, right.
Yeah.
Which we will not have with this.
Right.
Well, I just did a dry pull on it because that's you always do a dry pull.
Yeah.
Are they both the same? Both sides the same?
No, it's actually a dual flavor.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes.
Oh, so they're different.
Yeah, and typically the flavors are here.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. Mike just grabbed these boxes, so the flavors might not match, actually. It was Russian roulette on that box, so you have a 1 in 4 chance of it being accurate on this one, but all of them are fire.
This way.
This way, right here. Nope.
Which way, Jeff? This camera or this one?
Here it is.
This one right there.
Oh, yeah. There you guys go. Get a good look at it.
Yeah, that'll be out next week in
This
our
is
top
good.
retailers.
There you go. Oop. All right, you got the shot.
What do you think, Phil?
It's a tasty.
Now, which one is this? Is this octane?
Yes.
Yeah, it's octane.
Okay.
That should be octane OG, and this should be jet fuel.
It's tasty as hell, man. Really good, guys.
Yeah,
really
so
good.
in all of our formulations, our real true key to success is we don't go by paperwork. In fact, when people try to send COAs and strain lists, I'm like, you can keep that. Like, I have to come to the facility, open up the bags, and Bronny or I go there and smell all the weed. As many bins as they want to open for us, I'll smell, and anything that smells 8 or better, I'll buy it, and that's our base material, and that's what sets us apart from a lot of cultivators.
I knew you would be here. I knew it.
Oh, he came for the circle.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter day or night. If there's something good happening out here, Jeff figures out a way to put this on autopilot and says, I'm going to come right on out here. There's a fire
Jeff,
in the
we had
control
plenty
room.
for
He's
the
like,
back room.
I don't give a shit. Like right now, I'm on my octane.
Yeah,
Jet fuel.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to try that, Bill. When you're done that.
I like the checkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the winner
Right,
circle.
yeah.
You're a fucking winner now.
Yeah.
Mom always said I'd be a loser if I smoked pot, but now I'm a winner.
That's right.
My mom too. She would turn on the lights and stare into my eyes and
Chris?
say, "Are you high right now?"
Really?
And now I went back and I told her when I made my first large amount of money, like, "Hey mom, money grows on trees, and I'm getting rich now." And she said, "Tell me when you do it legal." So I recently went back and said, "Hey mom, money still grows on trees,"
Yeah.
and
And guess what? It's legal.
Yeah. And that was R&D when I was
Most
smoking weed
places.
with my friends.
In most
Not Texas.
No.
Yeah, not Texas.
Texas has got problems. What about all these people that fled California? And now they're in Texas, and they're facing 15 years in jail for a grab of weed. That's a tough one to swallow.
Well, it was Texas, and I think Florida was another big state that people went to.
Chris, talk a little bit about our Dr. Zodiac brand as well.
Oh yeah, Dr. Zodiac is Dr. Zodiac's probably my most full circle moment in cannabis to date, and it's the funniest story that you're probably going to hear in cannabis. So, I told you about the bad partnership with our MSA, the person who's supposed to run our facility.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shortly after that, we had a representative from Dr. Zodiac's Moon Rocks. Oh, you got it? Okay. Sorry, guys, we're in rotation here. Production delay. Anyway, Dr. Zodiac, one of his representatives, came to our facility, actually, tracked us down with the address and came by. And he comes outside and he says, "Hey, I really want you to manufacture the brand." And he started telling me market research that didn't really track at the time. And so he would not stop. He was relentless, messaging me, Michael, Bronny, everybody. So, I quickly deducted that this was a fake brand. It was all over the Boyd Street, which was like the packaging hub of Southern California, where everybody would fake carts and stuff like that.
Yep.
So anyway, at the time, Dr. Zodiac was selling 10 million packages per month, so that's all impressions. So I was like, this is a great brand if we could have it. So I was so frustrated by their fake representative that I actually made a house brand at the time called Little Leaf Labs Moon Rocks. Now, this was supposed to be just to, like, mix, like, not as good flower with our formulation, but still good, like a Nose of Six or better or something like that.
Okay, right.
And the brand ended
Still a
up
good
taking
product.
off. It became, almost
It caught on nicely.
like,
Yeah.
half or 3/4 as good as the Growfather, probably about the same volume, and it took off. So I was at MJ BizCon in Las Vegas in December, and we were at the VIP tent with one of our other partners called Nebula, which is a pharmaceutical company, and they were sponsoring the VIP tent. So I meet Dr. Zodiac Moonross, and his name is actually Danny, and I said, you motherfucker. I said, I had this fake representative. Turns out he was a real representative, but Danny didn't authorize it. He's real serious about his brand and his identity, and that's what I love about him. So then I proceeded to tell Danny, I said, hey, Danny, I hate to tell you this, but I jacked your brand in Jersey. Your guy, whatever his name was, pissed me off so bad that I just said, fuck this brand. I'm going to make it even faker now, So anyway, I told him about our success in the state, and, he immediately partnered with us.
Really?
And, yeah, we met in December, like mid-December, and we launched March 22nd with, and that includes approvals, sourcing from China.
It's like 90 days on the nose.
Yeah, nobody can do that. Yeah, I challenge anybody. Nobody can do that.
That's
it's
great.
It's not possible. Yeah.
So right now we have the Growfather brand is our main in-house brand. We have Dr. Zodiac Moonrock, and we have Octane. And
So
we're coming
you
out with Sugar High as well.
So let's talk about the challenges of sourcing, because you talked about sourcing not that long ago, and I was kind of curious. Like, I know you said that you gave me a brief. I bet you there's a whole bunch more to that. Can you give me a little bit more of a deeper look into that?
I don't think it's challenges. Michael and I both, me coming from the legacy market and Michael being a lot wiser than most, or probably all, to be honest, if I'm being fair. Neither one of us are greedy. So the real key behind our success is two things. Number one, having the balls to say no, right? Because it's really hard when people are expecting you to spend all kinds of money to say no. They're trying to meet quotas and et cetera. And then the other thing is digging into the good relationships, and a lot of times we have to give up our margins, right? Because we have to pay recently we had to pay a ridiculous price because of what was available in the state. But rather than make a little more money, we'll take the hit and lose money to be consistent for our customers.
Rather than jack up the price.
Yeah, because that's all that matters to us is
So I mean, listen,
our end consumer.
So how do you keep the consistency? Obviously, you put greed out of the way, and it's not in the mix and in the decision. But how do you keep the consistency of the quality for the brand?
I was actually going to ask that same question, because you guys mentioned consistency a couple times.
Right.
Yeah, love to understand
so
that.
I recently came back from Colombia with Dr. Zodiac, who has a house there, and we went to go look at a license in Colombia that does international trade to maybe expand our brand or brands into other countries, which would be super cool. And I came back hungover and tired, and I went to a facility at 6 o'clock in the morning, the following Tuesday, and I bought 200,000 grams worth of weed. And I smelled every single batch, not even every single batch. I actually smelled every single bag and refused some bags from the batch because of the cure stage. Yeah, so that's
because of the what? Cure stage.
Yeah, the cure stage. Like, it was over. One of them was too wet, and I was worried about mold, and then just different reasons. So, I smoke weed all day, every day too. So that's the other key behind it is, I smoke approximately 400 joints per. 200 joints per month. Me and my posse. Sometimes more when he's not working me as hard. Yeah. So
the other thing Chris mentioned was relationships.
I like that you count, bro. I don't even fucking count.
Yeah, I just want to do a quick.
When you smoke that many joints and you run a manufacturing facility, you smoke all the failed cones. That you have. So I get boxes of cones that are, 800 to 1,000, and I smoke out of that. So it's easy for me to track. I put the date on the box.
Gotcha.
So when I complete the box, it's basic math.
Gotcha.
And that's Growfather weed, right? It's your own product.
Yeah. Most times.
Okay.
As of recently, it used to all be Cali, but now
you count yours too, Mike?
I'm out of it.
No.
Yeah, his are easy to count.
Someone's going to ask me the number, and then I'm going to lie to them and tell them, because I'll be embarrassed that it's too many.
What I was saying, the other thing that's most important Chris mentioned was relationships. The relationships that we form not with our suppliers, with our dispensaries. I mean, we're part of the community, and we like to support the community. It's very important to us.
So when you guys
Long-term relationships.
So when you lock onto a strain, is that a strain that you guys will negotiate as exclusive for you, or what are the parameters around finding something that you love and that you just want to lock down?
So for me, there are no parameters because it's not my job to impose my likes on others. It's my job to be of service of our customer, our end customer. So, that means for us variety, and for me, it's OG names and genetics. But it's more about the consistency of the flower. I've never in my life held on to flower, that looked good, smelled good, and I couldn't sell. Not ever.
So you don't there's not a particular a flower strain that you've had from day one, never not had it. There's just an ebb and flow. There's an ebb and flow to this.
Well, yeah, because we like this to buy in bulk. So rather than go to like 6 different places, I'd rather go to one and buy every single gram that I can.
Got you.
And if we know the quality's there and matches our needs,
but in theory, and probably happens, something that you all love, it comes as a period of time where it's there, and then it goes and it never comes back again, right? Like, is that kind of?
Yeah, that just happened, and it's gone forever. But
gone forever.
That's okay. Good things come and go, and you got to roll with the punches.
Now, historically, from the company perspective, have you saved something along the way of everything?
No, we can't.
Can't do it?
I mean, I guess, yeah, I have retention samples of everything we ever made, so.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For testing, yeah.
Oh, and do you ever have to go back on something from years ago? No?
No.
Gotcha.
Thank God, no.
But if we had to, we could.
You could?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's the other thing. It's it didn't start out like this, but now we have a shop that runs so clean and smooth. Most of our workflows are automated, but more importantly, like the cleanliness, our team. Like Michael spoke about relationships. Like aside from him being like an uncle or even like a dad to me, I have a team that is so trainable, so coachable, so eager to learn. They're so passionate about the industry.
Right, they're really into
and it makes
the plant and the industry.
It makes it a lot easier when people are that engaged and that
they take pride in their work.
Yeah,
and that's
they're doing something they love doing.
Yeah.
It's harder for me because then I'm not even old enough to say, but they feel like my children. I feel responsible for them. And
well, the fact that you feel that way about
right.
them, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that you build a culture that allows them to be comfortable in that environment, that's a reflection on you too.
Yeah.
Period.
Really, Michael was Michael's the reason it was so easy for me to bridge the gap. His experience with people, but also business, was what really.
And we complement each other very well.
Let me find the baseline.
I can easily see that. You guys.
We're perfect.
It's something you obviously take seriously, and that it's something you're fostering actively.
I was actually processing sales orders within hours of my son being born. So it was early on, like our first year. Actually, it was our first 2 months. And it was 4/20 month. He was born on 4/12. I said, "How dare this kid?" April
you couldn't do anything to slow it down.
So and he hasn't stopped since.
The mom was not into slowing any of that.
Didn't want to be a week late.
Yeah. So I'm 11 years. He's 12, huh?
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's a good birthday. He's the 4th.
Yep.
There's something special about an April birthday, right?
Yes.
There really is.
Yeah.
My favorite month always was.
It really is, man.
It's the people, the April
there's
people.
So many great things in April.
Exactly.
Like, you fucking hate April. There's something wrong with it.
I'm pretty sure Hitler's birthday is in April.
Whose?
Hitler's.
Oh, wow. No.
80% of all serial killers were born in April.
Well, I don't want to hear those stats.
I don't believe those stats.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. Guys, when we come back, we're going to go to a commercial break.
It's good weed.
Fuck, man. I'm going to do this over again.
You're a rookie.
No.
We'll leave some for you.
This guy's smoking 200, 400.
Yeah, 200.
Yeah, I don't
Chris
usually,
is smoking 200.
And the numbers down. The numbers down.
You just smoked half of one.
No. Listen, I just tripped over my lips, man. Maybe it's the hot box. Guys, when we get back, we're gonna continue our conversation with the Growfather. We're gonna talk about the stuff going on in the industry right now, state of New Jersey, what you guys have coming from this point moving forward. We talked a little bit about that, but we'll expand on that. And we'll do that all right after the break, right, Bill?
Right after the break. Right after the break.
We'll be back right after this, man. Holy shit, man.
You're listening to the Late Night Green Show. Only on Cough Country TV.
No, seriously. What percent?
Marijuana is huge.
Right around here, 15 inches, maybe if you're younger, you go up to 19 inches, you know? Yeah, you know, you already went the bigger.
Sometimes a CIO might make commitments to a CEO that they just can't fulfill. And it's very hard to succeed in those environments. You really want to be able to set the expectation right up front.
How would you feel with no sex, no weed for a month or two? I'm going to be really angry.
I just feel sorry for Jake.
Yeah, Jake's going to get fucked up.
Wow, this is Phil. Yeah, for this is all you. This is the Cough Country OG pink hoodie. How many black people have you seen in Maine? Have you seen a black man here? Yeah, other than me. Why isn't there no black people here? Have you seen any black folks other than me here? Why do you think there's no black people here?
I hope one day you get some, and hopefully in those 2-3 strokes, you don't catch a stroke, you don't pass away. All I know is this man is desperate and he needs a shorty.
Is your cannabis company still using smoke signals to advertise? There's a better way.
They made it out to be. This is Cough Country. And we built it for free. They said it couldn't happen. Said the space was too small, but Phil kept building through it all.
Alrighty, I got my lips back, baby. And we are back with the Growfather tonight. We're on Late Night Green Interview Edition. We will be back tonight. Harlem Reporter is going to be on, and Harlem is going to do his Welcome Back show live during our show on Late Night Green, so everybody can kind of see it. We'll do like a crossover with him.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Should be good.
It's going to be hysterical.
And then you've got some news that you're going to share with us tonight.
I'll share some news.
And we've got a strain of the day.
It's going to be a good night.
Yeah, it's going to be
been a good night so far.
It's going to be good. It's been great so far because we have our friends from Growfather in the house, guys. Welcome back, Chris and Mike from Growfather. How you guys doing?
All right, what's going on?
All right. So, yeah, we're enjoying everything tonight, Bill.
I am.
Well, that's what counts. Real quick, guys, make sure you give us a like and a subscribe if you enjoy this type of programming, and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we go live. Also, we just came back from a break. Oh, we'll do this. Discord server. If you guys want to participate in conversation during our live shows, whether it's the news or Harlem or whomever, join the Cough Country TV Discord server. The scan code is right up on the screen right now. And that is kind of being, our new main platform to try to bring everything together.
For the moment, yeah.
For the moment.
We'll
see how it goes.
The kids, they switch these things around all the time. It's hard to keep up with them, Phil.
Right. And then also, if you guys can throw up, we just introduced the Founders Package. And so, for brands and dispensaries that are out there, we have just opened this up. This is a program where we are going to be offering to the first 20 companies that we work with. They'll have founding partner status and discounts for life. They're also going to get an all-you-can-consume advertising package. So we're really excited about this. And so if you guys have any questions or you know anybody that may have some questions about that, feel free to hit us up in DM, and we will certainly get back to you. We appreciate that. All right, getting back to the business here tonight. What I'm curious about, we were kind of talking about some stuff over the break. And I think what we kind of learned is that, and Mike summed it up really well, it's a matter of maintaining a consistent quality. It's not about whether you go to the same grow or the same cultivator each time. It really matters whether you've achieved a certain level that meets the Growfather's level of expectation. There's a certain level of quality expectation that you know of, and then that's how they keep it. So it's very
like a vintage wine.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I think in my mind I was a little more like, you kind of find the grower and you get the grower to do the things that you want for the strains that you want, but you guys take a different approach. You say, hey, you guys do your thing, and then we're here to buy the best shit we can buy.
Right.
So I think a lot of people get caught up in the fact that we're pretty much like weed sommeliers, all of us, right?
Yeah.
All day long we smoke weed. The people in our industry all day long they smoke weed. But when you get to the end consumer, just a regular guy or gal from the local town, they don't have access to the same type of input materials as us. So it's wherever they're directed, which is mostly MSO flower. And do they get diamonds in the rough? Yes, but do they know how to identify what's good and bad? And do they really have that opinion? We're not there yet.
Yeah. And consistency.
The other thing, too, you have growers who are fairly new to the market, too. It's a new market. So what this does, it allows growers to literally grow other strains themselves rather than having them tied into certain strains every year.
But it also gives a new grower an opportunity to work with a brand like yours as well, right? It's not like there's no opportunity. You guys are always looking for the next new opportunity. So, someone who's coming into the game who has their shit together, who wants to make the type of quality that you guys are there, you're open to talking to them.
Absolutely.
And that's the beauty of it. Like, often you think in
it's
certain...
a community, so we're all buying each other.
If you grow good weed.
But Mike, in other businesses, we've played in other spaces, and it's not always like that. Sometimes they lock down on various companies that they'll work with, and they're not open to expanding, or they're not open to finding out the next best product or the next best service that's available to them. So it's kind of interesting that
one of the beautiful things about the industry.
I was exactly what I was going to say. That's one of the unique factors of this industry.
Correct.
You can have two people, two companies, two individuals, whatever, that are competing against each other, that are more than willing to sit down and literally not just at the surface level, but really help each other.
Yeah,
exchanging
ideas.
It happens all the time with us.
It happens.
We break. We did it yesterday. Literally, like yesterday. Shout out to Oscar. But we were literally sitting down and talking business and talking about he was teaching me things and I was doing the same thing, and and that's what it's about. We're not exactly competing together. We both have our own customer base. We have different product designs. We're coming at different angles, so there's plenty for everyone to eat.
Collaboration. It's all about collaborations.
I gotta get Oscar. I gotta get Oscar in
Rising
the seat.
tide,
Magic Garden, right?
Right.
Yeah, I gotta get him in the seat. He was here for the special.
Together, sure.
I enjoyed meeting you and Oscar so much. You guys are
Oscar's good people.
You guys are badasses in my mind.
It wasn't quiet yesterday. I'll say that again. It wasn't quiet yesterday. We were talking and talking, and yeah.
Well, I didn't think it would be quiet, but no, you guys are solid people, man. It's really it. It's really it. So, what do you guys see in the Jersey market? What are some of the pitfalls that we're dealing with right now? What do you guys see as opportunities, and positioning yourself within those?
Well, I think that's a multifaceted question. We talk all night about that if you really want it, but
that's why we're here.
I think right now, what we're seeing is a lot of companies, retailers, manufacturers, cultivators, they're hitting brick walls now. Shelf space is limited, and a select few have that shelf space, and it's really hard to crack into that. Not only that, but I think that 280E and taxes are catching up to people, especially as the deadline to pay approaches. So I think that we're going to see a lot of companies go offline. We lost Columbia Care, which is a lot of bulk material, because they were selling a lot of bulk to the state. So I feel like that stabilizes our price, because we're not going to have so much material in the state. And then
that could have an impact.
Yeah, and then I think that the real opportunity here for brands is to really dig into what they're good at, and that's what we're doing. We're not trying to come out with cookies or things that are not our wheelhouse. Mike says all the time, Donald Trump and Steve Wynn can count to 21, but they don't deal blackjack. So we like to stay in our lane and be good at what we do. We have
just like you do.
Good one, Mike.
Yeah, we are unanimously people's favorites. Well, not people, bud tenders, which is the best audience that we have.
Educated consumer.
And I think our stories and our founding principles are really legacy and really what weed's about. So I think that really captivates our audiences as well. It's all real, and all of us. I mean, I closed. Now we have a great director of sales, but I've closed 80% of our dispensaries. I still speak to them. I work 7 days a week. Michael the same, and Brownie as well. I mean, we all have great relationships with all these people, and a lot of them are like family to us.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Yeah, and that's what makes it special. That all of those things make it. Obviously, you want to be successful in business, and you want to do well. You want to make money. That's what we all try to do, right?
But you obviously love the brand as well.
Yeah,
the one thing from a licensing standpoint, I wish there would be more education to the municipalities to explain to them what's in it for them, because some of the municipalities are really having roadblocks for a lot of people in this industry. I'm not being critical, just
but I think
honest.
it's important. You've got people who they don't
understand it.
That's right. And
So
you mentioned.
I'll say, actually, I mean, I'll probably get shown for this, but the CRC has been pretty fair so far. I mean, they've been opposed to other states. Like, their decisions have kind of been middle of the road. Like, they seem thought out. The punishments have been light. So I feel like the state's being ran overall good, and compared to other markets, it's a solid market.
You're not the first person to tell us that.
But Chris,
CRC is doing a good job and everything.
But some of the problems that you described, don't some of them come from the fact that Jersey just put out too many licenses?
Sure.
No, I actually, so I don't think that. I think it's the access of raw material, because New Jersey for outdoor growers is like a level 7 on the mold scale. Throughout your solstice is like when you want to grow your weed. So it really,
because that's by region. That's what the region.
Yeah, it's too humid here. So
it's number 7 on the scale, and the scale goes to 10.
Yeah,
okay.
So very, very, very high. It's like it's because of the regulations, you cannot pass just growing outside, right? So it's usually for extraction material, or you cut the top colas because they're less exposed to mold and try to use that. But more of the story is that limits the access to raw materials, because on an indoor pound, because of seed tax, which Oscar just taught me about how impactful that was yesterday at a cultivator level. And then also, not only that, but your cost of electricity and operations and 280E, all that comes into the effect of the per pound price. So it's really hard for us to get really low like other markets, like California, Massachusetts. They have a lot. Even New York has great outdoor growing, climate environments.
Speaking of outdoor, we're locked in. I think we're getting ready to lock in our dates. We're going up to see King Bishop at King Fields in Maine. Have you seen?
What time of the year?
We're going to go the second weekend of September, right before harvest.
Perfect.
And we're going to walk. It's like a whole acre of. And what he does is his whole philosophy is that they put it and they don't touch it. It's not highly maintained, but the way they do it, they've had the seeds genetically engineered for the region. And,
makes sense, sure.
And then I guess they came up with a style of grow that just packs everything together. It's pretty amazing. I look forward to going up there and seeing it. He was featured on High Times. We did we featured him in the High Times piece on our show. A week later, he was on our show, and just a great guy. And he wanted us to come up, and we finally just got that scheduled to go up there. So it's gonna be exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, good exciting trip coming up. What are some of the things that you guys told us about some of the new products? What else is there anything new in the pipeline that I see that we've got some disposables? What's up with those?
So those are also those are product of the year, the only disposable vape to win any trophy in the High Times against 14 of the top vape companies, which it was an honor for us because the names that we were amongst were, top in cannabis, not only New Jersey. So that was a real big honor for all of us, I think. But people love our vapes. I mean, they have big vapor. There's 3 different heat settings. The part about our products that people love is, unlike other companies, we're hyper customizable, which for any manufacturer, they know it's just a nightmare. But because of the automation, things have gotten a lot easier with that. We're able to project things really well and order. The other thing is, too, with all of our success, we were only a micro license. So what that means is we're limited to 2,500 square feet, and we can only have 10 employees. And of those 10 employees, half of them have to come from our town, which is Pennsgrove, and doesn't really have a good working population.
Okay.
So that's been our biggest obstacle, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
see, people don't think of that.
No, but
nobody thinks of that part.
I mean,
and that's a big thing. Can we try that?
Yeah, it's yours.
Oh, well, let's give it a try.
This is an actual working.
That's the Cannabis cup winning flavor. That's my favorite flavor. At the time, I submitted that because I just really liked the way it tasted. So.
That one's your favorite.
No,
and that's your favorite, but this one won the award.
Yeah, and that's our bestseller. That's Strawberry Shortcake White Widow.
Oh, Bill, hurry the fuck up.
Stop playing with the puff.
Yeah,
so that's a puff counter that you're greeted with, and now you can inhale. Okay. You just have that.
Yeah, you're greeted. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, so green is...
How long's it been since you had weed?
Green is low temperature, so green is going to give you like the best flavor overall. Then yellow is balanced between flavor and vapor. And then red is going to be very
Tastes
harsh.
good?
Does taste really good.
I can only imagine, baby. What were you saying? I talked over you.
So it's green, yellow, and red heat settings. That tracks with the Puffco heat settings. So green is going to be flavor. Yellow is going to be a mix between flavor and vapor. And then red is going to be just pure harshness and vapor. And But it won't burn your perps. It's got heat protection. So
it tastes so good.
What's heat protection? What does that mean?
So it doesn't overheat. It's a ceramic coil, so not only is the surface area much larger, so it's going to give you much more flavor out of that heat up, but it also measures the temperature of the coil, so if it goes above that, 385 degrees, it just stops.
Shuts it down.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of technology. It's
somebody smarter than
what
me.
What setting is on? What is it on now? What did you put it on?
I didn't. He did.
What did you put
Not
it
the point fingers.
I don't know, because when I was asking Chris, you were having a hissy fit.
God damn it, Bill.
It's on yellow, so it was on balance.
What the fuck is that?
God damn you, Bill.
Yeah, so that's green now is on flavor.
What was it on before?
It was on yellow balance.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it had a great flavor then.
It tasted really, really good.
Yeah.
My goodness, shout out to you. Now that's a 1 gram?
Yes.
Okay.
We also have 2 grams.
And do you suggest? Is there suggested retails on your products, or?
No, we don't. We don't tell people how to run their businesses. We just want to make sure that we get our money, and then also not that, but we want to protect our other relationships. So as long as they're not getting into a price war with us, we don't want to ever be involved.
Is there a point where a retailer could charge too much? If they're in an isolated area and you can't get Growfather,
as long as their check clears, we're okay with that.
You're cool with that,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We hope their business model works for them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, listen, if Mike showed up in my place and he wanted to shake me down a little bit, I'm going to lower my price.
He'll send. This is a
That's what I'm
true
saying.
story. He called somebody that would not pay their bills. Forget the name, doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Everybody knows they don't pay their bills. So Mike was like, I'm going to get this money back because that's what Mike does. He doesn't like people owing him money.
That's
so
right.
He hops on he figures out somehow that the guy's house phone, the guy still had a house phone, believe it or not. So he figured, he leaves at 5, called him at 6 probably, and then 7, whatever. He finally connects with the guy, and he goes, how'd you get my house number? Mike had some slick, I don't even know his comeback, but the guy paid his bill.
Yeah.
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 Once
you penetrate that.
He's a good man. He's a good man. He was. He kept his word.
He went bed again, guys.
Exactly.
It's a small business. It is kind of a
listen,
personal
it's a
thing. It
fine-
doesn't have to be business.
Correct.
Hey, buddy, you still owe me some money.
Listen,
Yeah, it's honorable.
It's a fine line, it's a fine line between being a good man and a bad man, right? You take something a little too far, you're bad. You stop in the nick of time, you're a good man.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the boundaries.
Communication is always good.
It's important.
Absolutely.
It's really the outcome.
It really is very
The
important.
outcome's what determines it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess we're kind of getting to that point. What do you guys? I'm just loving.
Which point?
I'm loving the products tonight. Let's just say that. Let's say that. Shit, Bill, you have a question?
No, but Chris, you were talking about
breaking
something
news,
a
Bill?
minute
Any
ago.
breaking news?
I've got no breaking news. I'm really high. Chris, you were talking about something though just a minute ago. What was it?
I don't know. You
I
tell
think we
me.
were talking about the technology in the pen.
Oh yeah.
Hey now.
Yeah. The so our screen is
At least the
it's called the
buttons work.
PCR, like the computer of vape. So that was custom designed for us. We were the first to launch in the state with the puff counter and the battery indicator. Also the 3 different heat settings. And then not only that, the most important part of our whole vape is that it's made with a ceramic coil, and we went into that a little bit.
Right, yeah.
In advanced markets such as Colorado, they have they do airborne tests. And what's important about the airborne vapor test is that they're testing, what's actually coming out the vape.
Oh, okay. So they're testing for chemicals and that sort of thing, or
Yeah, so essentially
It's not just testing
formaldehyde
before
and
as it goes in. It's testing as it comes out.
Yeah, because carts with metal inside of it, like as you heat the metal continuously with distillate, which is very abrasive, they found that small amounts of heavy metals get inside of the vapor, and people were taking that in.
wow.
So Colorado is like leading the charge on regulation, and it's very, very difficult there.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is one of the nicest. This is a disposable.
Yeah.
This is one of the nicest disposables I've ever seen. This thing.
Is there packaging?
Yeah.
Your guys' packaging is all right.
It's always good.
And the inside it matches the color.
Mike,
of the
if I
flavor.
saw that packaging, I'm just fucking paying.
You got to
no matter
buy it
what.
right there, yeah.
Good product. It's really
It really is.
So that's a big part of it. Everyone says we have the best packaging in the state, and this is version 1. Version 2 will drop, hopefully Q4.
But what's impressive is a lot of times it's either a good product or it's got really cool packaging. Usually it's one or the other. You guys nailed it both ways.
Thank you.
It's a good product.
Amazing packaging. Where there's a lot of people who say, "Where's the green initiative in things?" Like because it can be over the top excessive.
Right.
There's packages inside of packages inside of packages, and I get it because I like it. Like, and I guess that's the reason we do it, because we like it. We like the uniqueness. To me, seeing something like this, just like these guys didn't make this package and didn't worry about the quality that went into these 2 slots, and that's why you do it this way. But then you've got the folks that want to talk about how this is a waste of whatever resources, greenhouse effect, all that shit. So I want to do like a panel where we bring in a bunch of you guys who are the ones making products, and just get an idea, like what creates the process, the mind process. How do you guys all feel about the green initiative as it relates to cannabis package?
I think consumers, though, in all industries, look at packaging as a suggestion of the indication of the quality of the product. Just like you said a second ago, I'm not going to grow or create a lousy product and put it in a really nice packaging.
Yeah.
Somebody might try that, might get away with it for a little bit, but in the long run, if you don't have a good product inside, then
Have
it
you
is
ever
what it
been
is.
to a dispensary?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever been to a dispensary?
Sure.
And you go on the screen and you're ordering and what's that user experience like? It's just a bunch of pictures
It's
right.
and
I hate
names
it.
and words.
Hate it.
Yes.
I hate
It's not fundamentally how you're supposed to buy weed.
Yeah.
So that's what people have to judge. So you have to everything has to match.
And this is, and I hear a lot of retailers. I mean, we can talk about maybe too many licenses, and that there's valid to that. But what happened about the creativity? What happened to doing something that the next person's not doing? And there are places that are suffering right now, and yet they don't do anything unique, nothing innovative. I mean, I can't smell any product. I mean, do you guys sell any loose flower? Or is it all?
Not really, no. That's
Gotcha.
that's more for a cultivator, and that's a saturated market that we don't want to be in.
Gotcha.
So our job is to add value, and that's what we do.
It's just being able to understand what's inside of some of the packaging that we end up buying. We don't know until we end up buying it. Reviews, hearing from other people, knowing the trusted brand that you trust and and you've had success with, that's good, but there's a tremendous amount of unknown. And so if there's any way legally to take some of the unknown out of that. Education, some of these smell bars, I don't even know. Like, is there any way to get someone to even just take a dry hit off of like that taste? Like, is there a way to replicate that?
That same
taste?
education you're talking about could be used for people that want to learn about the brand, and once the brand develops, come up with different uses for recycling, for beneficial reuse, for packaging. But it's all brand new. They really couldn't prepare for that because the product didn't exist. The market didn't exist. So now they're going to start looking at doing some ways, and we'll do whatever we have to do as well because we're all concerned about the environment too.
And do you guys do a bunch of demo days and stuff like that at dispensaries with your partners?
Sure.
Yeah, we actually, we do our best to train every single dispensary with bud tender trainings. We have support videos, and that's really the key fundamental of our business. We're not as big on the pop-ups because to try to spread our message direct to consumer, person by person at peak hours doesn't really work well, conceptually. So we try to figure out every other way we can get to our consumer, whether that be bud tenders or advertising or campaigns. That's kind of our goal.
Yeah, you guys are very interactive with your with your client base for sure. Well, guys, this has been an absolute pleasure. This is something that we're going to have to do a part 2 and a part 3 on because it's just too much fun. We learned a lot.
I learned a lot.
You got stoned as fuck, right, Bill?
I did, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. But it speaks.
But it was quality stuff.
Yeah, it speaks very highly to these products. I mean, we sit here day in and day out, and we smoke, and sometimes we get high, sometimes we don't. I can tell you, this is good stuff, guys. Very good stuff. Real quick, how would somebody find this? Like, can they go to your website and find participating dispensaries? Give us a little bit of, if you're out there in Jersey and you want to experience some of this. How do you do?
So you can look us up on Weed Maps.
Okay.
Yeah, or any dispensary near you. We're in every region. It's really important for us to have coverage in the state. So anywhere.
Somewhere near you
us,
in Jersey, you're going to be able to get it.
Yeah.
Guys, get out there. Put up these awards that Growfather won, if you guys don't mind. Oh yeah, you know what, Jeff? Go back for a second. Go over to the Growfather. The Growfather NJ, the Growfather NJ over on Instagram. And then these awards, kudos to you guys. You guys were first place in infused pre-rolls, solvent vape, pen, and cartridges, as we just talked about. These are phenomenal, guys. This is just a phenomenal.
It really is. I don't like a lot of vapes.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've had really honestly my most 2 favorite vapes that I've probably had in the last couple of years, maybe ever, was the one that Oscar blessed me with.
Oscar's vape's fire.
Yeah. And this one right here is just amazing. The taste profile is just phenomenal on this guy. So kudos to the effort that you guys put in.
That's all great taste.
Phenomenal.
All great taste.
Phenomenal.
And very effective.
And I don't know if Jeff's ever come out. He's come out on the late night show, but I don't know if he's ever come out during an interview. So
No,
yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So that is a compliment, guys. We're going to be back for the late night show. If you're interested, and welcome to hang out and stay. We're going to talk about some news. We're going to let Harlem do his thing for a few minutes, and guys, we'll be back. Probably, I'm going to guess right around 10:05 ish. We just need about 30 minutes to turn things around.
I got to change my outfit.
You do?
Yeah.
Your outfit.
Well, I want to take a quick shower, change my outfit.
Your top. You're going to change your top,
yeah,
Bill?
Yeah. And touch up my hair and makeup.
All right, whatever. Guys, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to Late Night Green. Go over to Cough Country TV. Give us a like, follow, and subscribe. Join the Discord server, Cough Country TV Discord server right there. Scan that code. Go on, do an age verification, and join the conversation. It says good vibes only. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Bill's pretty high tonight. Thank God you didn't smoke before the news.
I never smoke before the news.
What if we do one time where you, like, Bill gets baked before Bill's baked version of the news? Because you're a pretty serious guy on the news. Baked Bill.
Baked Bill. Big
Uncle Big Bill.
Now we should have a comparison. We should do the first few stories sober, then take a long break while he gets high.
On the commercial break.
Well, that, you know,
like VVH does.
Yeah, like VVH does. I was just going to say, shout out to our friends at the VVH podcast. What they do is their show starts off, you know, at a baseline level unhigh. Then they take their first break and get high, come back and do various activities high. So it's kind of like
the dynamic of those three is just really cool.
Yeah,
like they play off each other. They're very, very funny.
Yeah, so we love having these guys on the show. But you know, they don't come on video because they're an audio podcast. So they'll come on our show. We just have like the best time. I don't even know if we weren't live, I'd probably just sit here and still do that. It was just a ton of fun to hang out with them. So, guys, make sure you come back at the top of the hour. Join us for the late night edition show. The Harlem Reporter will be here in the house, and he's making his debut back tonight.
Can't wait.
He was on the news, sitting in Bill's chair, talking to Bill. He's going to be here when we
rushed the news.
When we come back, we're going to be on the late night green set. He's going to be here joining us. Bill will be here, and we're going to send him over.
Okay.
To the other set.
Right.
And he's going to bless us with an episode.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
What part are you most excited for with Harlem?
I want to see if he can catch the bus before it runs out, because I don't know if he's got a bus schedule.
Yeah, well, his bus is tomorrow, Bill. Damn it. Guys, we will be back in a half hour. Make sure you join us. Go check out the Growfather. You guys are such good people. I really appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you so much.
And I enjoy the time I spend with you guys. I really do.
Likewise.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Guys, join us in a half hour. We'll be back. Peace.
Soldier, not the joke.